Hi, like most of you, have lived in Hong Kong for my entire life, having the social, academic, life opportunities I couldn't have asked for more. Great place. But exactly because of these privileges, we are more often than not blinded. Blinded by the social issues that, frankly, people like us, privileged people, directly cause and contribute to. And the actions that have the most impacts are always the ones that we do every single day. Habits. Now, so the change of our unsustainable habits is the key of a great, livable future. But how do we do that? Now, let me bring you back when I was like a baby. I was 8 in my primary school. Now, my school made me join an environmental workshop, which was when I was actually first introduced to the topic of sustainability, environment, all those good stuff. Now, being the innocent and sympathetic me, seeing trees being chopped and seeing turtles struggling in plastic bags, and being told that it was my fault for being unsustainable and causing these issues, I made the natural decision to start recycling. But here's the problem. I don't have a recycling bin remotely near me. So whenever I needed to recycle, I needed to walk 20 minutes away to another street just to get my juice boxes and scrap paper into the recycling bin and back home. Now, it all seems great, but as I grew older and my workload skyrocketed, it became clear that my sustainable habit isn't that sustainable after all. Well, personally, I can't really sustain the process of spending 14 minutes a day for recycling. So as I grew older, this habit gradually discontinued. Now, I was disappointed, of course, but more than that, I was confused on why I can't sustain this, sustainable habit. Well, we know that because of my location, it was extremely hard for me to gain the momentum of continuing this action. But can we, from this, draw some sort of generalization on what makes a sustainable habit successful or one that's destined for failure? Now, before I start, let me ask a simple question. Who has heard of sustainability, environmental sustainability? Now, I hope it's most of you, because I'd be quite surprised if anyone hasn't been bombarded by the green information in today's society. I mean, who hasn't heard of dicycloid, the yellow monster convincing you to eat everything on your plate? We've all heard of that. Now, let me ask a more specific question. Who has made actual practical changes to their own lives for sustainability? Now, it should be much less of you, and it is. Because the fact is, we as humans often fail to make sustainable habits, or at least we fail in making them habits. But that's okay, because today we are going to change that. Now, before we get into what sustainable habits actually are, we need to understand the term habits. But what are habits? Now, psychologically, habits are just the repetition of 3 main elements: our belief, our action, and a result, which each element is interlinked. In other words, we have a belief, we have a prediction of what we think or what we want to happen. We act on it and receive the consequences of our actions. And if an action has a positive result, our belief will be positively reinforced, causing us to repeat the action again, and again, having a habit, and vice versa. And we see this cycle almost every single place in our lives, from doom scrolling on social media or refusing to eat vegetables. It's all just a cycle of habits. But Kaden, if we have this cycle of habits which seems so complicated, so intricate in our lives, how can we improve it? How can we possibly take control? Now, here's the thing. Ask anyone or any psychologist, and you would be confirmed on what you're probably thinking, that habits are extremely hard to control. But here's the thing. What is the easiest part to change? What is the easiest part to improve? Is the middle part, the action part. But after we implement our belief and before results are actually being made. In the next few minutes, I will tell you exactly how to do that. Now, based on my personal experience and a few other reports, I have concluded a 3-step guide, 3 simple steps that you can take, in fact, today, right now, for you to maximize your success in making a sustainable habit. Step 1, identify the problem. Tomorrow, go through your day-to-day life, but consciously conscious on the daily decisions, actions, habits that you have that has a direct impact on the environment. Now, we as humans, we make 35,000 decisions every single day, but only choose 5. 5 actions, decisions, or habits that you have that's a direct impact on the environment. Step 2, choose 1. One of those 5 habits only, not more, not less. For example, in comparison to going vegan today immediately, or start shortening your 2-hour shower karaoke session, it's obvious which one is more easy to control, which one is more easy to make environmentally friendly. Step 3, start taking action. Start a limit or a deadline for yourself to start making the change. But make sure those changes are consistent and small, tiny, baby steps that you can dedicate to every single day, consistently. For example, try shortening your shower time by just 1 minute or 30 seconds so that you can truly dedicate and commit to every single day and to truly sustain your sustainable habits. Now repeat these 3 steps one habit at a time, and in 1 week, 1 month, or even a year. I guarantee you will become a whole new person, or at least a more sustainable one. Now, I'd be lying to your face if I'm telling you that making sustainable habits is easy. Of course, it's difficult. Now, but what are sustainable habits actually? What am I talking about? Now, as I step into the closing of my speech, I want to tell you my definition of a sustainable habit. Now, sustainable habit to me is a repetition, almost unconscious repetition of actions that minimize environmental harm. In other words, sustainable habits shouldn't even require much effort and remembering in doing so because, well, they're just integrated into our lives, our minds, almost unconsciously. And that's exactly what we must achieve for our sustainable habits. Now, making sustainable habits is difficult, always difficult. Changing the way you live almost every single day, almost unconsciously. Of course that's difficult. But just like any sports, any instruments, any goals, it starts from the smallest, tiniest steps. Now, so the reason I'm here today is because of my belief that each and every single one of you has the ability to make a change, a choice, and maybe a habit, just maybe a sustainable habit for you and for the environment. Thank you.